Hello students, now you have an idea about momentum. Today we are going to discuss conservation of momentum. Let us see what is conservation of momentum. Here you can see in an isolated system, total momentum remains conserved. You know what is momentum? Momentum is the product of mass and velocity. Here in an isolated system, what do you mean by isolated system? There is no other external forces. In a system, no other unbalanced external forces means we can say that as isolated system in this case. So in an isolated system, total momentum remains conserved. Conserved means what? Total momentum remains a constant. There the momentum is not changing. We can call this as law of conservation of momentum. Now we are going to prove this law of conservation of momentum. For that, here we have to consider two objects. Here you can see one object having mass ma, another object b that is having mass mb. Here you can see two objects are moving with initial velocities ua and ub. ma moving with initial velocity ua, mb moving with initial velocity ub. So here we have to apply one condition also. These objects are moving along a straight line, that is there. Now we have to consider the velocity, initial velocity of this object A is greater than that of B. Then what will happen? If UA is greater than UB, after some time these two will be collided. So here you can see collision MA and MB together. You can see here what will happen. Here we have to discuss about Newton's third law. You know, if two objects are colliding each other, this object A will apply a force on B, that is action. The same time B will also apply a force on this A, that we can call as reaction. So here we can write FAB, that is the force applied by this A on B. Then here FBA, that is the force applied by B on this object A. According to Newton's third law, we can write this as FAB is equal to minus FBA. In this FAB, like this way you can show, then FBA towards this direction. You know these two forces, action and reaction, both are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So mathematically we can write this that as FAB is equal to minus FBA. Then what will happen after this collision? These two will move again. Okay. So here you can see MA is moving with velocity VA. That means VA is the final velocity of this object A and VB is the final velocity of this object B. Now here we are going to prove this conservation of momentum. Now you know what is momentum, mass into velocities, but here we are discussing before collision and after collision. We are discussing a process here, that is collision. So here you can see before collision, MA, the mass MA moving with initial velocity UA. So here we can write the initial momentum of this object A as MA into UA, that is initial momentum of A. Like that way you can write initial momentum of B, that is MBUB, that is initial momentum of B. Then here you can see after collision what is happening here. The MA is moving with velocity VA, MB moving with velocity VB. So here we can say final momentum. Final momentum of A, that we can write as MAVA, and final momentum of B we can write as MBVB. According to Newton's second law, we can write the equation for force as F is equal to M into V minus U divided by T. T is the time taken. Then here we have two objects. If these two objects are colliding each other, the first object A will apply a force on the object B. You can see these two are colliding. So A will apply a force on B. That we can write as FAB. How to write the equation? Here the force is applied by A on B. Then how to write? MA into VA minus UA the whole divided by T. Like that way, this is action. Then we have to write reaction FBA, that is the force applied by B on A. Then how to write that? MB into VB minus UB the whole divided by T. T is the time taken. So here you can see FAB there, FBA there. Now we have to apply which law? Newton's third law. According to Newton's third law, we can write, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. How to write that? FAB is equal to minus FBA. Now you have to substitute the equations. Then here you have to write FAB, that is MA into VA minus UA the whole divided by T is equal to minus sign here, minus MB into VB minus UB the whole divided by T. We can cancel this time. Then we can open the brackets. MA into VA minus MA UA is equal to minus MBVB plus MB into UB. Then here you can see one minus term. This term we can take to this side and this minus term we can take to this side. Then how to write? MAVA plus MBVB is equal to, this will go to the other side, MAUA plus MBUB. Okay, here you can see MAVA, mass of A into final velocity of A. What is this? Final momentum of A. Plus here you can see MB into VB, VB final velocity. So here you can write final momentum of B is equal to, here MA into UA, UA initial velocity, no? So this momentum is initial momentum of A plus initial momentum of B. Listen children, MA plus MB that is final momentum of the object A plus final momentum of B is equal to, here MA plus MB initial momentum of A plus initial momentum of B. Here final momentum means after the collision process the total momentum. Here this one, initial momentum of A plus initial momentum of B means before collision what is the total momentum. So here we can write total momentum after collision is equal to total momentum before collision. Or you can write this way, total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. That means during this collision process, its momentum is not changing. Before collision, total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. That means here the total momentum is a constant. Total momentum remains conserved. We can call this as law of conservation of momentum. According to law of conservation of momentum, we can say in an isolated system, total momentum remains a constant. Total momentum remains conserved, that is not changing there. Or we can say like this way, if you are considering this collision process, we can say total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. While learning Newton's third law of motion, we discussed about the recoiling of a gun. That time I told you we have to derive one equation for recoil velocity of a gun. Here we have to use this law of conservation of momentum. Here we are discussing the process of firing a bullet from the gun. Before firing, after firing, what is the total momentum that we need for getting this equation for recoil velocity. So here we have to consider m1 as the mass of bullet, m2 as the mass of gun. Then u1 initial velocity of bullet, u2 initial velocity of gun, v1 final velocity of bullet, v2 final velocity of gun. So before firing, you know both are at rest. Gun is at rest, bullet also at rest. Then how to write the momentum? Before firing we can write initial momentum of this bullet. Initial momentum of bullet will be m1 u1. What is the initial momentum of this gun? That we can take as m2 u2. So that is the total momentum of this bullet and gun before firing, before that process, that we can take as m1 u1 plus m2 u2. So here mass of the bullet m1 there. I told you no, before that is firing we can take both are at rest. u1 is 0, u2 is 0. Gun is at rest and bullet also at rest. So here we can write the total initial momentum as 0. m1 u1 plus m2 u2, that will be 0. This we can write total initial momentum. Sum of that initial momentum of bullet and gun, that will be 0. Then after firing what will happen? You know children, according to Newton's third law of motion, we can say bullet is fired from the gun. That time bullet will apply a force on the gun, reaction will be there, so the gun will move a little distance back. That only we called as recoiling of a gun. That time gun is moving, no, that velocity we can take as recoil velocity. Now after firing, the total momentum, final momentum will be m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Now we have to apply law of conservation of momentum. According to this law, we know the total momentum remains conserved. The total momentum will be a constant here. So here we can say before firing, that we can write as total initial momentum, that you know m1 u1 plus m2 u2. After firing, that is the final momentum, that is m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So here you can see, I told you no, both are at rest, so the initial momentum will be 0. So we can write as m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equal to 0. Here we considered v2 as the velocity of gun. That means here v2 is the recoil velocity. So from this equation we have to write an expression for this v2. How to write? m2 v2 is equal to, this will go to the other side, minus m1 v1. So v2 is equal to minus m1 v1 divided by m2. This is the equation for recoil velocity. Here you can see minus sign. Now why this minus sign here? Bullet is moving in one direction, gun is moving in the opposite direction. That's why you can see that minus sign there. So here minus product of mass of bullet and its velocity m on v1 divided by the mass of the gun. This is the recoil velocity of gun. For doing problem, you can use these equations. Recoil velocity is equal to minus m1 v1 divided by m2. Here 1, that is for bullet, m1 mass of bullet, v1 velocity of bullet, and divided by m2. This m2 is the mass of the gun. Okay children, next class we will do some numericals based on this concept.